2009, 2010. Let's throw it back to one of my first years collecting. This was an unbelievable card. At 1.6 figures. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Classic from Seattle. Love the yellow and the green on these. Seattle Supersonics. They should come back. Hope everyone's doing well. We're in Lexington, Kentucky, our last day. We're gonna head to Dayton today. But first, I wanna show you what my sleeping arrangements look like. I was guarding all this. It's just crazy, man. Jimmy just has such an unbelievable collection, but even a better attitude on life. And cards, character, life, friendship, experience all mixes together, and it's awesome. Wow, Sacramento King, Malik Monk. 24 out of 25. Another Malik Monk. De'Aaron Fox, 6 out of 25. Look at that. So Malik Monk was a great college basketball duo with De'Aaron Fox. And then he played for Charlotte. Played okay, kind of wasn't a great fit. Then he went to the Lakers, but then he came to the Kings. Playing with his buddy from college. Nice autograph MM with a star. There's always a star at the end. Part of that Hornets patch. I didn't know it was going to be the Malik Monk PC, but it's pretty sick. 2009, 2010. Let's throw it back to one of my first years collecting. We got Taj Gibson. He didn't collect, but people like to collect Ty Lawson. He was a small guard, but he was just a cool player. One of my favorites. This card was worth a lot of money. This card was one of the most expensive cards. Blake Griffin would come out in 2010-11, 2011-12. His stuff would pop off, but Tyreek Evans was the rookie of the year. Panini's first year National Treasures. Next up, we got Earl Clark. Omri Caspi, one of the first Jewish basketball NBA players, and he was pretty good for us. BJ Mullins, didn't see much out of him, but another good college guy. Patch auto. So another big man. He was drafted 2nd or 3rd overall and just did not pan out. Austin Day, he was a good Gonzaga player. Everybody thought this guy was going to be the next big thing. Johnny Flynn. We'll fly through some of these. Jordan Hill. Dominique Jones won an NBA championship. Jeff Teague, he's still floating around in the league. Hashim Thabit. This would be a huge card if this was 2009. People would be shocked you would own that. And it's crazy to see. You got to be careful with buying. Then they did a college kind of mix up in here. Tyreek Evans, Darren Collison. Look at that. He left the signing space, so he signed on the game used not game worn, but rookie jersey. Sam Young, he ended up being on the Pacers for a couple years. Jeff Pendergraph, quick fly through. Tony Douglas, FSU. James Johnson, he went to Wake Forest. He was all right. I was actually big into college basketball I've always floated around it, but there was years where I really watched it to try to learn. And I think when I was collecting, I was like really wanting to learn about college, going to the NBA. Chase Budinger, Jody Meeks. He was all right for a couple years. Great Kentucky player. And then this guy. If it wasn't Steph Curry, it was these two guys. And a lot of you guys will remember this, but these two guys were amazing. So Brandon Jennings famously signed with Under Armour, and he was just dominating the NBA. He dropped 55 points in one game, which now, Donovan Mitchell dropped 70 points. Booker dropped like 70, but it was just kind of new. It was kind of new for us. Damari Carroll, Terrence Williams, Tyler Hansbrough, Psycho T from UNC. He was a great college basketball player, and he did a little bit with Pacers, not as much as I think people thought he would, but he was one of the, I will note this, he was one of the toughest autographs to obtain in the NBA. Eric Maynor. Who's that? Gerald Henderson. This guy was good for 1 year. He had the 2 ACL tears, which I've never seen happen, but he played through it. DeJuan Blair. And then Darren Collison just had an absolute field day with his cards. I don't know what Panini was. He was probably just chilling or whatever, but low-key just, it's kind of cool. He signed on the material. You know what? To each their own. Darren Collison was the one guy that decided to not sign on the signing space, which is kind of funny. I love that he organized by set, because if you're ripping, there's some gems in here. Look at this. This is 16-17. When I think of 16-17, I'm thinking of Domantas Sabonis right now, just as a PC, but just in general, look at this. Denzel Valentine didn't pan out. I'm just flying through. Kyrie, K. Felder. This is the whole set. So Jaylen Brown's in here. What he was talking about yesterday is he takes them out, which I can tell he probably took a lot of the good ones out. Gary Payton II, Warriors. Oh, there it is. Dang. Domantas Sabonis, silver. So sick. Silver Prism rookie. The way he organizes the sets, it's easy to find the good stuff. I mean, he's picking them out when you can, but look at all these binders. I mean, 1920, 1718, 2010 Prestige. I mean, absolute memorabilia. Actually, I need to check this. Being a kid, opening a lot of this. This was John Wall. I mean, everybody wanted to be like John Wall. People wanted to dominate like Boogie. And also, this is the long-lasting kind of glory days of the childhood of our NBA ending, kind of, and like crossing a new path with like Steph Curry and all those guys. They were really young. But Steve Nash, Derrick Rose, he's still in the league, thank God. LeBron James with the Heat. That was the glory days. One of my favorite times in the NBA was LeBron in the Heat and playing against Dirk. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, look at Curry, second year, he looks like a baby there. That's actually probably from his rookie year. Nene, people don't remember guys like this. You know, Shane Battier, he was a great defender. Baron Davis, Pau Gasol, Ron Artest, Manu Ginobili, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker. What a childhood to be a part of. Chris Webber sneaked in the set even though he was definitely not playing. There's absolutely not playing. So whoever was designing this, I don't know if Panini watches this stuff, but I mean, I like this set a lot. It was just a simple white background, and they had little inserts. You know, it's out of $9.99. And we'll go through some of these rookies. I mean, this was a fun class. Hassan Whiteside took a couple years to bloom. Lin Sanity was crazy. Jeremy Lin's cards were equivalent to Zion and Ja, but like on another level. This was a great set. Absolute memorabilia. Not like a crazy collectible, you know, you're gonna go crazy over set, but it was fun. This is stargazing. One of my favorite sets. Kind of hard to capture on camera, but it was like a galaxy with a little bit of they had like an imprinted logo of the team, the player in action holding the ball, either in triple threat or dribbling or doing layup. Like, who describes cards like that? But it's attention to detail, and I'll give Panini credit. Like, this is why I say it. This is when they were getting their designs. Whoever they were hiring or whatever they were doing, you have to think about it. 09-10 Upper Deck. Upper Deck was done. Panini was trying to figure it out. You know, I said get their shit together, but it's real. Like, they were figuring out their designs. And people harp on Panini and their designs, but, you know, Upper Deck didn't give them exquisite. They didn't give them any of the cool designs. They had to kind of figure it out. I would not want to be working anywhere else except for here. Look what we have here. Just a casual Karl Towns 1/1. De'Aaron Fox, Malik Monk, Anthony Davis, triple logo man. This is Jimmy's desk PC, which we'll get into. Secretariat, jerseys, Jimmy Lowe's Chipper Jones. He's a Braves fan. And this Daisy Ridley. That's a nice looking card. It's an on-card auto. Mike Tyson. And look, Phil Knight. It's like a 1986 Fleer. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. Kentucky right here. Brandon Knight, Marquise Teague, Darius Miller. 80 MKG Terrence Jones. You got Antoine Walker and Jamal Mashburn. Hey, Lacazette. That's pretty cool. On-card auto. This is, I remember these shoes. Sneaker Spotlight KDs. Classic from Seattle. Love the yellow and the green on these. Seattle Supersonics. They should come back. You got Malik Willis. Anthony Davis. Kyrie Irving rated rookie auto. I've never even seen that. It's kind of a neat one. Ooh, Keldon purple auto, and it doesn't even say his name on there. Oh, it's interesting. It's like an error. Ooh, Malik Monk, 4 out of 10. I love his autograph because he does this little star at the end. That's pretty cool. Vanderbilt. Look at a soccer auto. We've got Falcao and James Rodriguez, Colombia. It's ridiculous. I can't believe that's in there. Brandon Boston, PC. He's got a ton of the NTs. You never know with guys like this. And I know he PCs them because they went to Kentucky, but I mean, Will Levis. Wow. So that was kind of a nice little tour of basketball mecca. You know, I've been to the cool card shops with all the base, but this is the top tier. Like, this is where you're gonna find some of the greatest stuff in NBA history, card collecting for modern cards. And I want to fly through these just to end the video. T-Mac and Vince Carter, the cousins. Wes Unseld and Elvin Hayes. I mean, these are just cards you're not going to see in the wild every day. D'Angelo and Jordan Clarkson. Jalen Rose and Mark Jackson. That's a cool one. Mark Jackson and Latrell Sprewell. Mike Conley and Zebo. What a combo. Isaiah and Marcus Smart. Melo and Porzingis. And I want to end on what I think Zion. This is Zion Williamson, but I don't think Zion's done nearly what Blake Griffin's done. This was an unbelievable card. at 1.6 figures. This just goes to show you, time flies, obviously, in the NBA, but, you know, buy what you love. This isn't the model to do it if you don't want to do it like this, but it's a great way to organize your cards. And this is appreciation for nostalgia and the hobby in general. So if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like, leave a comment down below what some of your favorite cards were. Don't forget to subscribe.